Hey there again, it's Miguel from All Out Sports bringing you my Week 3 Fantasy Football League team. Again, this is Dream Team in the League Atlanta 2132944. So, here we go. I went with Alex Smith again, as you can see. I personally like the kid. Whatever. I put Le'Veon Bell back in, then Danny Woodhead, Odell Beckham Jr., Tyler Lockett, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, the Bills, and then I obviously kept Steve Hauschka because it's just a kicker. So those are obviously my starters. Then from my bench, so I kept Eric Decker, Chris Ivory, Philip Rivers, Kendall Wright, Cecil Short, Dante Moncrief, Pierre Garcon on the bench. I will go over their stats right now with you. So Alex Smith. Alex Smith went 24 for 40, so 60%. He had 290 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. He had 6 rushing, 33 yards, 0 TDs. Philip Rivers, 21. He went 21 for 34, 61.8%, and then 246 yards and 1 TD. He had 0 rushing attempts, so I say 0 yards, 0 TDs. Le'Veon Bell, he had 19 rushes, 62 yards, 3.3 average, 1 TD. For receiving, he had 7 receptions for 70 yards, 0 TDs. Danny Woodhead, he had 5 rushing for 11 yards and 2.2, 0 TDs. For receiving, he had 3 receptions and 32 yards. Chris Ivory was hurt, so he didn't do anything. Odell, he had 7 receptions, 79 yards, and 1 TD. He had 0 rushing. I'm not even going to go over that. Obviously all the receivers have 0 rushing except for Landry. So Lockett, he didn't do anything. What was that? I forget. Jimmy Graham, 7 receptions, 83 yards for 11.9 average and 1 TD. Jarvis Landry, 8 receptions, 67 yards, 8.4 average, 0 TDs. He had 1 rush and he was negative 1 yard. Eric Decker was hurt, I believe, and then my bench. So yeah, let's go with my bench now for the receivers. So Eric Decker was hurt, so I'm not going over him. Kendall Wright, for Tennessee, he had 7 receptions, 95 yards, 1 TD. He also had 1 rush for 13 yards. Cecil Shorts, 6. Sorry, drew a blank. 6 receptions for 58 yards, 9.7 average. Then Dante Moncrief had 4 receptions, 32 yards for 1 TD. Pierre Garcon, 5 receptions, 64 yards, 0 TDs. And Bills for the defense, we had 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 2 sacks, no safeties. Stephen Hauschka, he had okay. So I did very well this week, actually. I beat Team 2 that had 77 points. I had 112 points, so I had a very good game. So, one thing. Here we go. So the overview of it. Alex Smith had 18 points. The only thing I would have done differently in this one is I would have. Let me just make sure I'm not doing anything weird. Okay, that wasn't good. Sorry, just made a misclick and I had to redo everything.